Too many sheet metal workers are getting hurt on the job. Many of them do not return to the construction industry. You know about health and fitness, but this video is intended to show you what a sheet metal worker needs to do to get back to work as safely and effectively as possible.
Authorizing off-work status has many hidden costs. Being out of work when alternative safe work is available prolongs disability, increases pain, and can have a major economic impact on the worker. The longer workers are off work, studies show, the less likely they are to ever get back to work. A sheet metal worker with an injured shoulder will experience significant financial loss if required to be fully fit before returning to work. The role demands both the application of considerable force and range of shoulder movement, as you can see. The injured worker may bring a job description and possibly light-duty job descriptions. This makes it easier to advise the restrictions. The employer can easily place workers in modified jobs when you use their forms. Remember, workers' comp pays for you to complete each job description returned to the claims manager. Sheet metal workers create and install casings and ducts for heating and air conditioning. Fabrication involves cutting, bending, and molding sheet metal in the workshop where work conditions are controllable. Installation work, however, is conducted at construction sites where conditions aren't easy to control. Often these tasks require overhead and shoulder level work. You can probably allow gradual return to work above the shoulder level over a period of days or weeks. It's not only force and range of motion that can cause shoulder symptoms, but prolonged constrained postures can also cause pain and inflammation in a healing shoulder. Limits should be placed on tasks that require applying force for an extended period of time. Recommendations should be given on how much can be lifted, pushed, pulled, or carried, and for how long. Lifting bulky or awkward items can impose excessive loads on the back and shoulders. The distance from the object to the worker's center of gravity multiplies the force required to lift the object. Reaching applies high torque on the spine and shoulders, and lifting and carrying large items are likely to cause re-injury if started early in the worker's recovery. It may help to use trolleys to minimize lifting, but not in all cases. The employer may provide equipment to minimize the effort involved, or provide co-worker assistance to reduce the risk of aggravation or re-injury. Shared lifting or the use of lifting devices and stands to lift and hold items into place will reduce effort and strain. It may be easier to control how work is done when working on fabrication in the workshop. Cutting, pressing, and assembly of sheet metal can still be demanding. Workshop activities should be carefully delineated. Consider job rotation or work pacing. Alternative work, like inspection and checking of installations, may keep workers at the job without risk of re-injury or aggravation. Sheet metal work relies heavily on computer-aided designs. Working at a computer in the design shop is less demanding than installation. You should limit restrictions to the shoulder-related tasks. A blank space on the APF form means no restriction for this task, so make sure the restrictions are complete. Work task modification is dynamic, and work restrictions can be progressively lifted until your sheet metal worker is back to full duties.
Yeah, I was injured on the job in the field in construction and was given the opportunity to be retrained. And my interest had always been in computers. And so I went for the computer retraining and came right back around into the construction field and designing the big buildings and HVAC systems in them for the sheet metal industry. And that turned into me helping them also out in instructing the students to do the computer design in AutoCAD for the sheet metal industry.